1st Battalion, 2nd KU Gulf Rifles. I joined Army 1970 in Poklihawa and retired 1995 after completion of 24 years services. Today, in this event, I am very proud and delighted to have an opportunity to reflect a brief history of my father, who was awarded a Victoria Cross in the Second World War, North Africa. My father's name is Lal Bahadur, Subedar Lal Bahadur, thapa, VC, OBI, means Order of British India, First Class. He was born in thapa, Baglung, west part of Nepal, and he enlisted in the Indian British Army in Lahira, 1925. And during the times, he served throughout with 1st Battalion's 2nd Gorkha Regiment and took various conflicts northwest of frontier of India, Burma, Italy, and North Africa. In 1943, his regiment, under the 17th Division, was tasked to deploy in Tunisia to fight against Germany. On the night of 5th and 6th April 1943, he was in leading platoon of the D Company. He took command, remainder of the 2 section, and led them forward toward the main features of Rasajai on the outer race, in order to break through and secure the position. The positions only passes which the vital commanding features could be seized to cover the penetration of the division into the hill. The stiff cliff was thickly studded with series of enemy posts, the inner which contained an anti-tank gun and remainder medium machine gun. After passing through the narrow cliff, it emerged into a small arena with very steep side, some 200 feet height, and in places sheer cliff. The garrison of the outer posts were all killed by my father and his men by his kukri and bayonets. The enemy then opened very heavy fire, stepped down the narrow pathway, stepped around the side, and my father, without hesitations, led his men on, and he fought his up narrow gully, stepped through the enemy fire. The next machine gun posts were dealt by my fathers and personally killed two enemy, two men, and two more with its kukris. And two more by his revolver. He and his team managed to reach on the crest where he killed another two men by his kukris and two more by his team. My father and his men secured the position, and whole features cover his company advance to the defile. Outstanding leadership, gallantry, and complete disregard of his own safety shown by my father, which were an example to whole company and a ruthless determination of the Gurkha officers to fight with the enemies and reach the objective. This was an example to whole company and the ruthless determinations. It had decisive effect on the success of the whole operations. Therefore, he was awarded the Victoria Cross. Officially, he was invited to visit in the UK and receive his medal October 1943. The medal was presented by the King Edward Village 2 in front of the Buckingham Palace. Same time he also visited Town Hall at Kitcham, which Mayor at Kitcham, welcomed by Mayor at Kitcham in Manchester with the 4th Division troops. After independence, my father's regiments came to British side and they moved in the Singapore, Malaysia in 1947. That time before move, he was in the Dehradun turning depot. He was a Gurkha majors in the turning depot. In the 1948, he decided and he retired from the army careers and went to his village in the Baglung and rest of life he stayed in the baglung side, and finally he died or he passed away at the age of 68 in Poglehawa in PMH hospital. That time I was only 13 years old. I was schooling in that time. I am the youngest son. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My mother also passed away in 1972. The medals, the father had 13 medals including Victoria Cross and OBI. After his expirations, those medals were collected by his regiment from my mother in 1972, and those medals are now decorating in the guardroom of the Gurkha regiment at the moment. This is the brief history of my father Thank you very much.